Hey everybody, welcome to the 11th episode of Bulldog Weekly Season 7. We're your hosts for this episode. I'm Liam.
And I'm Ezra. In this week's episode, we'll see Molly, Edie, and Sienna talk about the dangers of pranking while also sporting a new look. Anthony and Liam will share their opinions on their favorite Christmas flicks, and I will discuss the top albums in 2023.
Before we get started with the episode, we'll see Mr. Devoll and Mr. Carrig with the week ahead of school and sports.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Rundown. It is mid-January. We are January 14th on a Sunday, and we only have 4 days of school this week, which is pretty cool. We have a holiday tomorrow, Martin Luther King Day, so there's no school on the 15th. Tuesday, the 16th, we will have our Mentor Day in the Bulldog block. The 17th is Wednesday, and that's an important day for us because it's the last day of term 2. And some of our classes are half-year classes, so that would come as the last class for courses and receiving grades on your report cards. So the term ends and also the semester ends on the 17th. The Ambassador Club will also meet in Bulldog Block and the Music Appreciation Club. The next day is the 18th. That's a Thursday. That becomes the first day of semester 2. So students will receive new schedules this week because half-year classes change. For example, your directed study teachers might be different. You may have finished a half-year class and starting a new half-year class. So we always will produce a new schedule for students so that they're ready to go. And then the 19th, we have on Friday, we've got Magic the Gathering, strategy games, and yoga. So we will officially be at the halfway point this week. And we'll be picking up term 3 on the 18th. Have a good one.
What's up, Bulldogs? Off to a great start this winter. It's been a little while, so we've had a lot of results, a lot of schedules, kind of coming into the prime of league play. Some really good battles on the courts, in the pool, on the track. So lots to update. And power rankings released today as we're filming this. Look for updates next week for where we stand statewide. But as far as all of our winter teams go, everybody's still in control of their league championship destiny and their state tournament qualifications. Boys basketball, 7-3, with a couple of huge games coming up this week. At Apponequet on Tuesday, and then the big one is a little payback game from the opener down in Wareham. We've got Wareham on Thursday night, so look for a widely attended event on Thursday as we take Wareham on in non-league play. Girls basketball, same thing, riding a 5-game win streak, 6-2, and have the biggest game of the season here on Tuesday night. I want everybody at that game helping the girls out versus Apponequet. Winner of that game is in the driver's seat for first place in the league, and it's going to be very, very helpful in our power ranking statewide with the result of that game. So Tuesday night, biggest game of the week for the girls. Versus Apponequet, 6:30 start. Boys at Apponequet that night, but their big tilt is on Thursday, 6:30 p.m. with Wareham. Good luck to both of those teams. Ice hockey, over 500 and cruising into postseason contention, 5-4-1. A couple of big games this weekend and into next week. They will be hosting Vogue midweek Wednesday, so let's try and get out to the rink to support them. Great season for them so far. Indoor track, boys 1-1, girls 2-0, and at Vogue this week as well. So that will be a big meet for them. Looking forward to that result. If you can get out and support them, that would be great. And our swim team's off and going. Teams are 2-1 and are at Durfee this Friday night. So lots of action, lots of ways to support the team. Other ways to support your community. The MIAA Student Ambassador Group from Old Rochester is collecting hats, gloves, and scarves. So anybody at the lunch period or coming by the school at the main office, you can drop new hats, gloves, or scarves for area shelters for those in need. Anybody who comes to Tuesday's game will receive free admission if you bring an item to donate. There'll be no admission for anybody bringing a donated item to Tuesday's girls basketball game versus Apponequet. So let's get out, support the teams, donate to some good causes. Everybody's still in postseason contention and in driver's seat for league championships. Great winter so far. Let's keep it rolling. Go Bulldogs.
Thanks so much, Mr. Devoll and Mr. Carrig. Good luck to all the sports teams.
To start off our episode, we have your favorite granny sitting behind the desk for another chat. Take it away, Memorial.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to our show on public access in the old Rochester Tri-Town. I am your favorite person, Muriel. With me, we have the lovely Stella and Edna. I was wondering, Stella, how was your Christmas break?
It was very nice. I had a nice get together with my family. We got to see the grandchildren, which is always so sweet.
Oh, I love my grandchildren.
Very nice.
Oh, how delightful.
How was your break?
Oh, it was great. I knitted a sweater, but it came out like a dress because I got so excited that I just kept
A
knitting.
sweater dress. Those are in right now.
They
Those
are
are
trendy.
so in.
I can't wear those because I have cold knees.
I don't have cold knees. I'm from Florida.
Hi, Edna.
Edna, how was your break?
It was bad.
Oh,
My
why?
grandkids flew me up from Florida, and it's so cold and sad here.
I quite like the air up here.
Yeah.
I'm like a French bulldog. I breathe better with the cold air coming up my nose or my snout.
that is so wise. I love
You
that.
have got a
Thank you.
snout, all right.
Oh,
Thank you.
Not a compliment.
that was
I'm just
rude.
ignoring you. This is why you deserve to get pranked.
What's
What do you-
pranked?
You were telling me before the show how you got pranked by your grandkids.
I did. Yeah. So my little girl, Teeny, she was telling me all about makeup. And she was like, "Here, Granny, try my makeup." But it was food.
Edna,
Oh my.
that's horrible.
Oh my.
I mean,
It was hard to get the Nutella out of my eyes.
Why was it in your eyes?
Because
how
she
did you
told-
how did you not know that was Nutella?
She told me it was a new type of mascara, and I'm like, I
Oh,
see the
dear.
TikTok. The kids have all kinds of cray trends.
That is true.
I
We are all victims of pranking.
Yes.
I'm going to share my story now. It's one of many tragic stories. The other day, I was driving my lovely grandkids, who I used to love so much, to Dunkin' Donuts. I told them I was going to order for them because I love them so dearly, and they were busy playing their Fortnite on the phones. And they told me they wanted a cappuccino. Yeah,
Oh,
a
yeah.
cappuccino, which is like supposed to be like some sort of cappuccino with what's that?
With
Like for some reason like peanut butter and Ferrero Rocher, like cappuccino.
Oh, I see.
My teen
I
is
don't know.
allergic to peanut butter.
I don't
That's
care.
strange.
You're interrupting me. And my other grandchild, said that they wanted mocha brown, which is supposed to be just chocolate milk.
Yes.
So I went I went there into the Dunkin' Donuts line and I said, "Can I have a mocha brown and a cappuccino?" And that Dunkin' Donuts lady had the audacity to go, "What the heck?" at me.
Yeah, they're mean up here. In Florida, you just would have gotten a bat to the face.
Oh, I thought they were nicer down south.
They are.
Are you okay?
Meanwhile, my grandchildren were laughing at me like I was a buffoon. I am not a buffoon. I have seen many years. I have seen many wars. Don't touch me.
Oh.
I have seen the hex of you.
Yeah.
Stella, would you like to
Wow.
share your survival story?
Sure. Well, so speaking over the break, I got together with my grandkids, right? I saw them, and
You did.
we were like, oh, let's open our gifts. And as they were opening their gifts, I realized, oh my God, that's strange.
What's strange?
That's from my house. It's from my house.
Maybe they got the same thing because
And
they
I was
liked it
like-
from your house so much.
I was like, that looks familiar. Because I was like, I think I have one of those. And then they just kept opening the gifts. And they kept being from my house. And one of them was my dog. And I said, too far, Eleanor. I said, too far.
My.
And
Was he okay?
So now she's... I haven't been speaking with one of my grandchildren. Because my poor dog.
Poor biscuits.
My poor... Yes, biscuits.
Biscuits.
My little cockapoo.
Biscuits of cockapoo.
One of my other grandchildren pranked me also.
How?
Another prank.
Yeah, I haven't told you this story.
No.
But
share your story. You're not alone.
they told me that they needed my credit card
Oh
to buy coffee like you. But it turns out that they were going to steal all my information. I didn't find it very funny,
Emma,
but everyone
not a
on the
prank.
TikTok laughed
That's
very
not a
much.
prank.
They all sent LOLs and crying laughing emojis.
That's
were you
not a
sure those
prank.
were your grandchildren?
I think so.
Oh.
They were in my house.
Edna, did they harm you or are you okay?
No, they just said they needed my credit card. And I said, okay.
Okay.
You just let them have your credit card?
I think my story is worse. I was just walking down my hallway when one of my grandkids blew an air horn in my ear and threw a blanket over my head. So I thought I had died.
God.
That sounds
horrible.
tragic.
It was
Almost
really
as tragic as me losing my life savings.
I'm sorry about how... okay.
Point blank. We have suffered and we are tired of it.
We are
Yes.
sick and tired of these
Pranks.
These pranks. These
Juvenile delinquents.
Don't do it for the ticky talk.
What happened? What happened to respect your elders?
No.
What happened to that?
We do not deserve the thing that we died. And we don't deserve.
We
No,
don't
actually,
deserve
Edna,
to
you
get
might
our
deserve
dogs
what came to you,
stolen.
but
Hey, what? Yeah.
yeah, but so yeah, I think that's all the time we have for today. But let this be a message,
A PSA.
a PS2.
A pissa.
If you are watching, if you are out there, don't do it. Okay?
Don't prank your grandparents.
If you do it again, we will summon all the spirits of our elders upon you, and we will haunt you with our knitting needles. We will haunt you with our ceramic little dolls. They will come to life, and they will haunt you for life. Got it?
Got it.
Anyway, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for letting us come back on. We'll be back.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Wow, thanks for that magnificent PSA.
Christmas may have been a few weeks ago, but let's take a look back on some of our favorite flicks with the Christmas movie ranking. Hello. Amidst the wonderful fun of the Christmas season, Anthony and I have decided to come together and break down our top 10 favorite Christmas movies. These lists are not the lists, they're just our lists, so don't get too mad. With that being said, Anthony, get us going with your honorable mention.
My honorable mention is Home Alone 2. Pretty much, I don't want to spoil what's on my list, but this is not as good as the first one, right? But it's pretty good.
Okay.
That's it.
So I might get some heat for this one, but my honorable mention is Catch Me If You Can, which, initially people might be like, that's not a Christmas movie. Well, it is because, throughout the entirety of the movie, Frank Abagnale, the guy who, I won't get into the plot, but he always seems to get caught on Christmas Eve, and in the end, he's alone and doesn't have that family that he's looking for. So, I think that's going to be my honorable mention. Christmas plays a major factor in Catch Me If You Can. So coming in at number 10, I have a obviously personal favorite of mine, Fred Claus, Vince Vaughn, Paul Giamatti. Great one, It's just I love the you know how they put a human in the North Pole, and you know they have the brothers be one brother be Santa Claus and the other be just a normal dude. I think that's cool.
And I got the Polar Express at my number 10. It's so enjoyable because it's so bad, to me at least. It's so ugly. And it ruined one of my Christmases because I had high hopes and it just did not meet them. And yeah.
Okay.
Coming in at number 9, I have Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. I don't really remember it that much. I haven't watched it in a while. But I do know that I loved it as a kid. And that's kind of how this list, or my list, will go up until 5. Just movies that I remember loving as a kid. And yeah.
Okay. Coming in at my 9 spot, I actually have the new movie came out in this past November, The Holdovers, another Paul Giamatti movie. I just really loved how it captured kind of like the environment that comes with Christmas, right? And then it kind of has that campy feel of a a traditional Christmas movie, like The Christmas Story or a I don't know, like just like that magic of like a vintage, like antiquated Christmas movie, but filmed in today's world, and it does take place in a I guess like a 70s 80s era, but I thought it was fantastic, absolutely amazing. So it's already made its way up in my Christmas list of all time, and my favorite movies of all time too as well. At number 8 for me, another heated and probably hot take is going to be Die Hard. And the way I make my list, right, is I look at how Christmas impacts the movie. And you're probably saying, well, Christmas is the least impactful part of Die Hard. But Die Hard is just a great movie in general, but it's also a good Christmas movie because not only does it take place on Christmas, but it also emphasizes the togetherness and the importance of being with your family on Christmas as he gets back with his wife at the end of the movie and figures out all his issues with his family. I think it's a fantastic way to show and to I guess portray Christmas in a light where it's about action and less so about just like why you should be celebrating Christmas. Just you just die hard.
It's variety to the Christmas movies.
Exactly.
You have different. You can have action movies. They don't all have to be.
They don't have to be all campy,
hard.
like I kind of said with the
Yeah,
Holdovers. It can just be anything. It can, so that's why I like Die Hard at number 8.
My number 8, very similar to my number 9, movie I grew up with. It's a classic, The Year Without Santa Claus. I just remember loving it. The Miser Brothers. I don't really have much to say about it. I just remember.
This is a classic.
Coming in at number 7, I have How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the live action with Jim Carrey. I find it very funny, but also kind of creepy. I don't love the Grinch, which might be controversial. He's kind of gross looking to me.
You
But
seem to hate your list.
well, my 5 is what I really love.
At my 7th spot, I have a classic. We're finally getting into the classics on my end. We have A Charlie Brown Christmas. So now we're in the animated side of things, and I think A Charlie Brown Christmas really it's beautiful. It's great. The music, the dance moves, the characters, the relation to it all, I think really makes me enjoy it the most, and it feels so warm and fuzzy. When you watch it, you're like, oh, Charlie Brown Christmas, like that's so like I like it, and I think it also just I don't know, it kind of encapsulates sort of being alone on Christmas if you feel that way, and then also when you just got to wake up and realize what's in front of you, and that's what Charlie Brown realizes, that he's got all these people there for him, and I think that's a great element of the story. So that's my 7th spot. And at number 6, I have How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Of course, the live-action Jim Carrey version is my 6. Obviously, what you said, I would agree with. However, I think Jim Carrey's performance is really what makes me love this movie.
Yeah, it's a
I
great
love it.
performance.
It's fantastic. I think it's, truly probably one of the best Christmas performances, if not one of the best, book to movie adaptations I've probably ever seen. And there's a lot of them out there, but this one really makes me smile.
All right, at my 6, I have The Santa Claus. This is another one I don't really remember. I just remember really liking, I thought it was funny, and I really liked the plot where he's just some dude who turns into Santa. And I think that's just like it's very creative. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. At my 5 spot, I have another classic. I have A Christmas Story. This one is kind of like your Polar Express. I don't love A Christmas Story, but when I'm thinking about Christmas movies and what I need to watch every year, A Christmas Story always comes up for me because it's
You gotta watch it.
You have to watch it. You really do. It's every the set pieces are so iconic, like the lamp and then the BB gun and just like certain things just about the movie itself just kind of like that's Christmas to me. That movie is Christmas. So I think A Christmas Story does a fantastic job of being a Christmas movie. But like as a movie though, I wouldn't be like that's a lovely movie. I think it's a good Christmas movie, but it's the equivalent to your Polar Express. Like I'll watch it, but I'm not gonna be like, let's watch this, again. Like I'll every single movie on this list I'd probably rewatch in the same year during this time, obviously. But A Christmas Story is one I'd be like one and done. But it's I feel like I have to watch it, right?
All right, my 5 is Batman Returns.
Ooh, I like that.
I looked it up, and it very much is a Christmas movie.
You didn't have to look it up. You can obviously tell.
Yeah, you can tell by watching it. The plot's not very Christmassy, but there are a lot of scenes in like Christmas parades.
Takes place on Christmas.
Takes place
right?
on Christmas, which gives Gotham City. It just makes it look even better.
Well, what I like about that
It's a good
take
contrast.
is it's. I've kind of been stressing like how does Christmas impact the plot? How does Christmas impact the actual movie? Where yours just strictly takes place on Christmas, but like that still plays a role, right? Because like, as you've seen in the newer The Batman movie, like Gotham is a character, right?
Gotham's a character.
Gotham
and it adds to
is
it.
very much a character, and in Batman Returns, Gotham is altered, and Gotham becomes a different type of character with the whole Christmas-y feel.
Yeah.
And that is, I would agree, that is definitely a great Christmas movie.
Starting off the number 4 spot, I have Harry Potter, the first movie, and not about Christmas again, but it does.
One scene.
One scene.
One
Liam
scene.
says, I don't remember it being one
Happy
scene.
Christmas, Harry.
I thought it was
one
longer.
scene. That is that's Christmas. That's
But it
above
looks great.
Grinch.
That one-
There's no way, dude. I have an action movie. I have an animated movie.
But they're not Harry
You,
Potter, though.
on the other hand, decided to take one scene. Whatever, dude. All right. At my 4th spot, this is a little bit of an interesting take on my end because I have the Santa Claus, right, which, as Anthony had said earlier, but I kind of have the whole trilogy, right? The whole trilogy,
yeah.
which is kind of unfair to say.
You
but
watch the first one and you keep.
you gotta kind of keep going. Except you could maybe skip the 3rd one, but I love the first 2 are really great. Tim Allen's fantastic in those. Obviously, he's coming back for his TV show to reprise the role. But I think that first one, the Santa Claus, and obviously you emphasized it earlier about how just like a normal dude becoming Santa Claus is kind of just like a nice twist of fate, right? Like that's like anyone can be anything, and the Santa Claus does that for me, and I just love the atmosphere the movie brings. I think it, I love how Tim Allen, who's originally like this mean Scrooge, so to speak, and then he kind of turned, like his own kid kind of transforms him into the Santa Claus he needs to be. And I think the movie kind of flows very well into that, and it feels super satisfying at the end. So I have this. The Santa Claus more so number 1, but I could put the entire trilogy in my top 5, so I'll put it at number 4. And then
It would have been higher for me. I haven't watched it in a while.
gotcha, I got that.
I'll watch it this year. It'll move up.
So at my number 3, this is kind of, we're getting into the I guess you could say, like, everyone says these 3, like my top 3 are very common in a lot of people's lists. But number 3, I have National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. I mean, there's not really much to say here. Chevy Chase is just amazing in this role. I love the movie. It's, gotta watch it. The classic, Christmas tree scene is at the very beginning is awesome, and just like the different families that come to his house, and he has to deal with all these problems, and just it's a lovely movie.
It's fine. Yeah. It's
Is that not in your top 3? Okay,
It's not in my top 3.
it's fine.
My number 3 is A Christmas Story, which Liam talked about. It's a quintessential movie for Christmas. I don't know if that's for everybody. For my family, at least, like, we're gonna have this on all Christmas, even if we're not watching it. It's on in the background.
Yeah, I've seen like a lot of like
Just be in the
cable
background because
networks just decide to have it on the entire day.
I support that.
So. Okay. All right. What do you got at 2?
My number 2 is Home Alone.
Oh, okay.
It's a classic. There's no stress when you're watching Home Alone.
There really isn't. It's not a care in the world, and that's why I also have Home Alone at number 2. Home Alone is just.
Okay.
It's awesome. I love it so much. It's
Wanna say our
I'd
one?
watch if I really wanted to. I could watch Home Alone any day. I feel like it doesn't have to be Christmas. It's one of those movies that you most likely want to watch it during Christmas, and like for me, my family, we watch it Christmas Eve mostly. Like my top 2 we watch like in the same day, and it's just like it's. I
It
love
transcends Christmas.
It really does.
My 1 doesn't, but that one.
Yeah,
my
I
2
mean, I
does.
think
my
my
1
doesn't.
though, it's the best. Yeah.
Yeah,
We'll
just
we'll get to it.
Home Alone is man, it's really good. That's the thing. Like it's really hard to talk about it because everyone knows it's good, and everything I say about it is unoriginal. It's everything. Everyone has mostly the same opinion on it.
There's not much to say. about
Unless
it.
you're
It's
like
just the
wild and
best.
crazy and don't like this movie. I mean, I don't really know how you could. I mean, Daniel Stern, Joe Pesci, like Macaulay Culkin, they're all like so great in this movie. So I love Home Alone so much, really do. Three, two, one. Elf. Elf is the best Christmas movie ever. Again, it's hard to talk about the top 2 because it's just so much can be said, but then so little can be said. It's kind of just self-explanatory why these would be our top 2. And Elf, Will Ferrell, really probably his best movie.
Yeah, it's his best movie and best performance.
It's his best movie, best performance, because
it's his best man-child performance.
Will Ferrell is not a drama actor. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
sure he can do it, but you don't see that out of him. And if you were to pick out any of his movies where he's, playing a character like this, it'd be, Step Brothers, like the other guys. But like Elf is really just that movie for me, and I think it's another one of those movies where I again can watch this anytime. Put it on, I'm watching it, right? Best Christmas movie. If you disagree, then it has to be Home Alone. It's Home Alone or Elf.
Yeah,
Interchangeable.
I'd like to know
but Elf is
what other one spot there could be.
Yeah, like I mean, maybe you could put National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation at number 1. Maybe
My dad would put that or something.
Maybe, but
Yeah.
it's Elf. Okay, Elf, and it's actually the 20th anniversary of Elf this year.
It is.
20 years ago. Elf came out, 2003. Well, hope you guys enjoyed our lists. Like I said, our list is not the list. It's just ours. So we're gonna, hopefully get some feedback from you guys and see what you think. But truly, this is the right list, if we think about it, though.
Mine.
Well, mine, though, like, I feel like I really knew what I was talking about when I discussed my movies. Where I feel like I could go at you and I could win.
No, 5 I started to get it.
Right.
I was like,
The
yeah,
only
I don't
issue with yours is you have a Harry Potter movie on your Catch As You Can is arguable, but if you rewatch it, what do you notice? Frank Abagnale stealing the money laundering. Yes, you do want to feel festive
I want to feel
during
festive.
Christmas time.
Christmas.
So see, there's so many Christmas movies out there, but you have to the way the ranking works is that you rank it based on movie and Christmas movie. Okay. Well, hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you guys. Maybe we'll do this again, another movie talk. I think I like this. This is cool.
Yeah.
Would you agree?
And we'll do this again.
We should do this again. Let me know if
For Easter.
Let me know if Fred Claus makes your list. Fred Claus is
Okay. Never watched it.
under the radar take. Gotta love Elf, am I right?
For our final sketch, I, Ezra Thompson, am proud to bring you the top 10 albums of 2023. Hi everyone, welcome back to the third episode of Music Talk. Today we're doing something a little bit different. I'll be counting down the top 10 albums and EPs of 2023. Let's get started. Coming in at number 10 is Lofi's Bewitched. I've already talked about this album and I don't really have anything more to say about it, but this remains a fantastic album. If you like vocal jazz and 1950s traditional pop, this is the album for you. At number 9, we have Yukika's Time Lapse. Yukika is a Japanese artist that moved to Korea, and she makes city pop, a genre popular in the 80s that incorporates funk and synth pop. This is her final release and is not original music, but instead modern covers of classic city pop songs. I absolutely love the futuristic, dreamy production here. It's just so sleek and replayable. A great send-off to an amazing career. At number 8, we got Lil Yachty's Let's Start Here. Many probably know Lil Yachty from his fun, upbeat, bubblegum trap songs, but this album represents a massive change in him as a creative. This is a full psychedelic rock album, extremely inspired by Pink Floyd and Tame Impala. It's absolutely derivative, for sure, and it doesn't really sound like Yachty has that much knowledge of psych rock, but the remarkable thing is that it manages to work beautifully anyways. Definitely check it out. At number 7, we got Odd Eye Circle's Version Up. Luna was one of my all-time favorite K-pop groups. The one that convinced me was actually a good genre. And when their company was exposed for abuses and all their contracts were suspended, I was heartbroken. Luckily, 3 of the members came back under the original producer on a new label, and we got this glorious EP. While it doesn't quite match the peaks of Luna, production is just as powerful. I've replayed this EP probably more than anything else here, and it's absolutely worth a listen if you're trying to get into K-pop. At number 6, we have Pink Panther's Heaven Knows. Pink Panthers is a British artist who has been making really interesting drum and bass music for a few years now, but this marks a stylistic shift in their music from drum and bass to electronic pop. While I personally prefer her older stuff, it's really telling of her power that this is still among my favorites of the year. It's just so incredible. Mosquito may actually be my song of the year, so at least try listening to that one. Coming in at number 5, we have Black Market Carts, Today I Laid Down. This is a very sad slow car album by 17-year-old Kai Wesner, who sadly passed away soon after the release of this album. This is one of the most heartbreaking albums that I've ever heard, and it really feels so eerie. So while it definitely isn't for those looking for a good time, it's a very important listen. Now, at number 4, we have New Jeans with Get Up. New Jeans is a K-pop group that absolutely blew me away with their beyond incredible debut EP. And with this new EP, they have absolutely solidified themselves as an all-time goated pop act. I've never seen music take so much influence from the best of 2000s pop and R&B, while also sounding so fresh. Everyone should listen to this. Now, we're getting down to the top 3. At number 3, we once again have Tinashe's BB Angel. I've already talked about this album, and to be honest, I don't really have much more to say. It's absolutely perfect, revolutionary R&B, and it really needs to be listened to. Check it out. At number 2, we have George Clinton's Ooh Rap Ah Ya. To be honest, until this released, I wasn't really feeling the 2023 albums, but everything changed with this. The chords are so beautiful, the production is so dreamy, there's just something so nostalgic about this. Truly indescribable music. Check it out. Finally, at number 1, I have Excelsior by Sloss and Malone 1. I talked about this album on the last Music Talk, and it just keeps growing on me. To me, the point of releasing music is to feel important, to make something that nobody has ever heard before, and this is most certainly that. This is one of the most genreless releases I've ever heard. Just pure genre abstraction, and that's what music is for. Truly just fantastic music. With all that being said, this concludes my top 10 list. Do you agree, or do you hate it? Let me know. I'll see you guys next time on Music Talk.
Wow, great ranking, Ezra. There are some real bops in there.
Thank you. Teachers and students, if you would like to have something filmed and shown on Bulldog Weekly, let us know at the ORC TV station.
Be sure to check out our Vimeo and social media channels for everything we do here at ORC TV. We film sports games, town meetings, school events, and more.
And just like that, we've come to the end of our 11th episode of Bulldog Weekly. I'm Ezra.
And I'm Liam.
And this is Bulldog Weekly.
Good episode, good episode. Where you going?
I'm just going to go listen to some bops.